It's finally happening. A rare cosmic awakening is stirring your soul. Something extraordinary is stirring in the heavens and deep within your soul. If you've felt more sensitive than usual, if your heart has been pulling you inward while your thoughts spiral upward, there's a reason, and it's not random. The energy you're sensing is real. It's ancient, and it's sacred. We are now stepping into a moment unlike any we've experienced before. A rare cosmic alignment is unfolding, and it is quietly rewriting the way we relate to time, to truth, to love, and to the divine. This is not just a passing astrological event. It's a holy threshold, a cosmic opening that invites you to awaken from the inside out. And once you step through, there's no going back. Saturn, the Moon, and Venus are now aligning in a sacred rhythm, one that predates language, predates memory, predates even the stories we've told about the stars for thousands of years. This is a frequency, a vibration that echoes through the oldest parts of your soul. You may not be able to explain it, but you feel it. Something is changing. Something is calling. And that calling is more than symbolic. From May 22nd to May 24th, this rare alignment forms a temporary gateway, a portal into a deeper layer of reality, one that exists just beneath the surface of ordinary life. It will be easy to miss if you're distracted. But if you're still, open, and listening, this window of time can unlock something profound inside you. It's no coincidence that you found this message now. If you're reading these words before the alignment reaches its peak, take it as confirmation. You were meant to receive this. The timing is sacred. The message is personal. Your soul has brought you here for a reason. Let's talk about what's truly happening, what this alignment actually means beyond the astronomy and the angles. Because this isn't just about planets meeting in the sky. It's about something ancient reawakening within you, something that has been waiting for the right moment, the right energy, the right cosmic key to finally rise. That key? It's Earthshine. At first glance, Earthshine might just look like a soft glow on the unlit side of the moon, a subtle shimmer created by sunlight reflecting off Earth and illuminating the moon's shadow. But energetically, Earthshine is so much more than that. It's a bridge between seen and unseen, a divine mirror, a soft halo of awakening that speaks directly to your spirit. When Earthshine appears during such a rare planetary alignment, it becomes more than light. It becomes language, a message from the universe written in vibration and frequency, emotion and resonance. And if you quiet your mind and tune in with your heart, you'll begin to hear it. Not with your ears, but with your soul. This glow, this mysterious light that lingers where darkness should be, is a perfect symbol for what's happening in your life right now. Because something inside you, something that once lived in shadow or silence, is beginning to glow. A hidden truth, a forgotten gift, a knowing you were born with but may have buried long ago. It's surfacing now, and the universe is doing everything it can to help you remember. You might have already noticed the signs. Your dreams feel different, more vivid, more alive. Symbols keep repeating, animals, numbers, names, feelings that seem to echo across time. Your emotions might feel like waves rising without warning, a sense of urgency you can't quite explain, a feeling that something is approaching, even if you can't see it clearly. None of this is coincidence. We're in the middle of a massive energetic shift, one that isn't just happening in the sky, but is moving through your nervous system, your heart, your subtle body. Time doesn't feel the same because it isn't the same. The veil is thinning, and what was once hidden is now being revealed. This is not a time for fear. It's a time for reverence, a time to slow down and listen more deeply than you ever have before. Because this alignment is not asking you to understand it with your mind. It's asking you to receive it with your whole being. You don't need to figure everything out. You don't need to chase clarity. In fact, this portal is inviting you to surrender your need for answers and instead move into communion with mystery. Because that's where the real transformation lives, in the sacred unknown. If your heart has felt restless, if your soul has been tugging at the edges of your awareness, it's because this rare cosmic event is here to initiate you into a new chapter of your life. One that doesn't look like what came before. One that is not built on the foundation of who you used to be, but on the essence of who you're becoming. You see, this triple alignment, Saturn, Venus, and the Moon, hasn't occurred like this in over 2 decades. And what makes this moment even more rare is the energetic signature it carries. Saturn represents soul lessons, structure, and time itself. Venus brings love, beauty, and heart-centered wisdom. And the Moon connects you to emotion, intuition, and your deepest truths. Together, these celestial bodies are forming a spiritual conversation, a kind of divine counsel in the sky. And if you listen closely, you'll feel them speaking through you. Saturn whispers of karma and purpose. Venus hums with the vibration of divine love. The Moon reflects it all back to you, showing you where you're ready to heal, evolve, and open. But here's the thing. This alignment is not external to you. It's not just happening above your head. It's mirrored within you. Saturn is in your bones. Venus is in your breath. The Moon is in your blood. These energies live inside you. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are the cosmos, remembering itself. And right now, the universe is giving you a choice. To wake up to this truth or continue living by the old rules. To open to the new energy or cling to the comfort of what you've outgrown. This portal won't stay open for long, but what you receive from it can change your life forever. So what does it mean to walk through this doorway? What does it look like to say yes to this alignment? It starts with trust. Trust in what you feel, even if you don't fully understand it. Trust in the signs that show up, even if they don't make logical sense. Trust in the unfolding of your path, even when it leads you into the unknown. This is a moment to return to your intuition, to your inner compass. That quiet knowing that has always been there beneath the noise. You don't need to push. You don't need to prove. You don't need to perform. You just need to align. Align with your soul. Align with what feels honest and alive. Align with the version of you that is no longer pretending, no longer hiding, no longer afraid of your own light. Because this alignment is not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you truly are. Beneath the layers, beneath the conditioning, beneath the roles you've played and the masks you've worn, you are stardust and soul. You are light wrapped in form. And this moment is here to remind you of that. As Earthshine lights up the dark side of the Moon, it invites you to illuminate your own shadows with gentleness, to hold the parts of you that have felt forgotten or unworthy, to see them not as flaws, but as sacred fragments of your wholeness. There is no part of you that is too broken to be loved, no story too old to be rewritten, no dream too far gone to be reborn. This is resurrection energy, rebirth, renewal, a clearing away of what no longer serves, and a returning to what has always been yours. So let your sensitivity be a gift. Let your dreams be guides. Let your feelings rise without judgment. You're not falling apart. You're shedding. You're not lost. You're being redirected. You're not too late. You're right on time. You were made for this moment. Let yourself receive it. Let the energy wash over you. Stand under the night sky and whisper your intentions into the stars. Light a candle. Meditate. Write. Cry. Dance. Whatever helps you anchor this energy into your body, do that. The universe doesn't need perfection. It just needs your presence. You are not alone in this. You are part of a great remembering, a collective awakening that is sweeping across the planet. Others are feeling it too. The call to rise, the longing to come home to themselves, the quiet knowing that life is about to change in ways we can't yet imagine. This rare celestial event is a beacon, a signpost, a reminder that something magical is still alive in this world and within you. The codes being activated now are ancient. The wisdom returning is sacred, and the version of you who is being birthed through this alignment is more radiant, more intuitive, more whole than ever before. Let this be your permission slip to soften, to trust, to begin again. Because the truth is, the universe is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be present, to be available, to say yes even if your voice shakes, to open even if your heart has been hurt before, to believe even if you've forgotten how. This alignment will pass, but the energy it activates in you will remain. It will echo through your choices, your relationships, your art, your healing, your growth. You will look back on this moment as the beginning of something. A turning point. A spiritual awakening disguised as a night sky. On the morning of May 22nd, just before the sun rises, this rare cosmic trio, Saturn, Venus, and the crescent moon, will gather in the sky. And shining alongside them is Earthshine. It's subtle, yet full of presence. A glow that seems to emerge from the darkness, almost like a quiet promise. A promise of rebirth, of hope, of something beautiful rising from the unknown. This moment is charged with symbolism. The universe doesn't speak through language the way we do. It speaks through energy, through rhythm, through signs. And this alignment brings three incredibly powerful celestial archetypes together, each one reflecting a part of your inner world. First, the crescent moon. It's not full yet, but it's moved beyond its darkest phase. It carries a quiet strength, a reminder that the hardest parts are behind you. That the confusion, the heaviness, the emotional fog you've been walking through is beginning to lift. The crescent moon is a sign of renewal, of fresh beginnings. It's a symbol that light is returning, both in the sky and within you. It's an invitation to start over, but with more wisdom this time. Then there's Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and values. Venus doesn't just speak about romantic love. She invites you to examine what truly matters to you. What brings you joy? What do you cherish? Who are you when you're not trying to be anything for anyone else? Venus turns your attention inward and asks you to care for yourself the way you would care for someone you deeply love. Her energy reminds you that self-worth isn't earned, it's remembered. And now is the time to remember yours. And finally, Saturn, the planet of discipline, structure, and soul growth. His energy is often misunderstood as harsh or heavy, but Saturn isn't here to punish you. He's here to help you mature into the fullness of who you really are. He invites you to take responsibility for your growth, to stop running from the hard questions, and to build a foundation that can actually support the life you want. With Saturn involved in this alignment, there's a sense of seriousness, but also great potential. Because when you step up, Saturn always rewards you. These three energies together, Moon, Venus, and Saturn, create a cosmic mirror. They show you where you've been, what you've outgrown, and what you're being called to become. Earthshine adds its quiet glow to remind you that even in moments of darkness, there's beauty, there's light, and there's always the possibility of something new being born. So as this rare event unfolds in the skies above, take a moment to tune in. Sit with your feelings. Reflect on what's been shifting in your life. Listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. The universe is speaking, and this time it's speaking directly to you. Let this be a time of sacred awareness, a time to trust your path, even if it's changing in ways you don't fully understand yet. You are not lost. You are being guided. And this alignment, this beautiful, rare moment in time, is a reminder that something greater is at play. You're part of it. You always have been. This time, something feels different. There's a shift in the energy that doesn't come to challenge you, but to remind you of how far you've come. In this alignment, Saturn doesn't show up as the strict teacher you've known before. It arrives as a quiet witness, gently pointing to all the pain, loss, and hardship you've endured. Not to make you relive it, but to show you that none of it was wasted. Every difficulty shaped you, molded you into who you are today. You've grown stronger, wiser, and more grounded, maybe slowly, maybe quietly, but the growth is real. Now Saturn's message is clear. It's time for peace. You've earned it. You're stepping into a space where serenity doesn't require struggle. It simply is. This serenity is filled with the kind of wisdom that only comes from truly living, from navigating the ups and downs and making it through. You may feel yourself wrapped in a softness, not one that weakens you, but one that restores and uplifts you. And then there's Earthshine, that mysterious, almost otherworldly glow that lights up the moon's dark side. It's subtle, often overlooked, but unmistakably powerful. This gentle light mirrors what's happening within you. It symbolizes the breakdown of outdated patterns, the quiet crumbling of old beliefs, and the birth of a new awareness that runs deeper than the surface of things. Earthshine doesn't just illuminate the sky. It stirs something within your heart. It dissolves the boundaries you've built around your emotions, your thoughts, your fears. It asks you to soften, to feel, to open. If you allow yourself to truly see it, to let that quiet glow into your awareness, your life won't stay the same. This energy isn't separate from you. It moves with you, calling you inward. It urges you to shed the layers of fear that no longer serve you, to embrace yourself with tenderness, and to find your own natural rhythm again. Earthshine is like a gentle whisper from your soul, inviting you to let go and begin again. It's in that soft surrender where real transformation begins. This isn't something you're meant to simply observe. It's something to feel in your bones. Let yourself step away from the constant noise in your head and invite the peaceful light of Earthshine into the forgotten corners of your soul. This light doesn't demand anything from you. Instead, it offers comfort, slowly easing the wounds you've carried for so long. It lifts the invisible weight you've held inside, because true freedom always starts with forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. Perhaps this moment in time will nudge you to finally make peace with a loss you've never quite let go of, or a resentment you've buried deep. Maybe this energy will open the door for you to extend to yourself the kind of love and compassion you've given so freely to others, but rarely to yourself. Earthshine doesn't just signal a fresh start. It's a chance to come home to yourself. It's a moment of reunion with your inner self, a reminder to treat yourself with more gentleness and care. This rare glow is also a sign of transition, a step into a higher awareness. It brings an invitation to move in harmony with the universe and with your own soul. The limits that once held you back begin to dissolve. You might notice a new clarity emerging, a sense of alignment returning. You feel more in sync, not only with life around you, but with who you are becoming. You're no longer bound by the same old constraints. There's space now. Space for growth. Space for new perspectives. Space to rediscover your path. If you've been feeling stuck, uncertain, or worn down lately, this energy comes as a gentle nudge forward. A quiet reassurance that something new is stirring inside you. A light is beginning to glow, not just above you in the sky, but within you. It's not just a healing light, it's an empowering one. It gives you the strength to take a step in a new direction, to release what no longer serves you and open your arms to what's waiting. As this alignment unfolds, you may begin to notice new doors opening, opportunities that feel aligned with your truth, people who resonate with your energy, and a renewed sense of who you are. Old patterns that once defined you are fading. The habits and restrictions that once held you back are loosening their grip. A new sense of self is blooming, steady and unshakable. Earthshine is gently lifting you into a new level of consciousness, where your inner and outer worlds can finally meet in harmony. It helps you tune in more deeply to your own inner rhythm, to recognize the wisdom that lives within you. This isn't just a physical shift, it's a spiritual awakening, a subtle but powerful elevation of your frequency. So take a moment, breathe, quiet your mind. Let yourself feel the energy of this moment. Earthshine is whispering to you, softly, lovingly, about your deepest desires, the ones you may have silenced or buried beneath responsibilities and fears. When you truly hear that whisper, when you allow yourself to respond to it, something permanent begins to change. Not because you forced it, but because you finally opened to it. And know this energy isn't here to judge you. It doesn't look at your mistakes or flaws as reasons to turn away. Instead, it holds even your most painful memories with compassion. It embraces the parts of you you've been afraid to face. It reminds you that you are worthy of love and healing exactly as you are. It says gently and clearly, allow yourself to be. Have compassion for where you've been. Forgive yourself. And get ready, because a new chapter is waiting, and Earthshine is lighting the way. Let yourself take it in. Take a deep breath, and breathe in the gentle magic of this energy. Let it settle in your chest. Let it lead you forward. With every breath, feel the light growing inside you. Let it bring warmth to your heart and clarity to your thoughts. Let it remind you that new beginnings don't need to come with chaos. They can arrive quietly, wrapped in peace. As old patterns break away and the light of new consciousness pours in, you are standing at the edge of a new era. This is your moment. Earthshine is more than just a phenomenon in the sky. It is an invitation, a promise, and a blessing. It's calling you to begin again, with more awareness, more grace, and more love. Now let's go even deeper into the heart of this light. Earthshine is not a glow to be ignored. It is one of the most mysterious and magical illuminations in our sky. It appears faint, glowing just enough to make itself known, shimmering in the darkness where most people never think to look. And yet, its presence holds profound meaning. This glow doesn't only grace the moon. It reflects the sacred stirrings of your soul. It mirrors your transformation, the quiet unraveling of who you used to be, and the beautiful unfolding of who you are becoming. It signals that the old is falling away. The beliefs you clung to for security, the identities you wore to fit in, the fears you built walls around, they are all being gently loosened and washed away. And what remains is something softer, more open, and more true. Earthshine is a symbol of hope. It's a quiet light that tells you rebirth is possible even in the darkest places. It reminds you that even when you feel lost, you are still held in something greater, something loving and wise. It whispers to your spirit that healing doesn't always come through struggle. Sometimes it comes with softness, with light, with grace. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. Earthshine is not only lighting up the sky, it's lighting up your life. Let it in. Let it change you. Let it guide you home to yourself. Maybe this is the moment that finally opens the door for you to offer yourself the love and forgiveness you've been withholding for far too long. This isn't just a time for renewal. It's a gentle invitation to come home to yourself, to reconnect with your own inner glow, and to meet yourself again with kindness and patience. There's something stirring in your heart, something quiet yet powerful, like a soft flame flickering in a deep corner of your soul. That soft, sacred glow, earthshine, is calling you inward. It doesn't demand anything from you. It's simply there for you to feel, to receive, to let into those spaces where your pain has been hiding. Let yourself step back from the noise in your mind. Let your thoughts soften. Let the gentle light of earthshine flow into the places where you've felt alone, where you've held on to shame or sorrow. This light is not here to judge. It's here to hold you, to wrap itself around the tender parts of you, and remind you that healing doesn't always come in loud moments. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's soft, but it's still real. As this light touches the heavy emotions you carry, something begins to shift. The weight you've placed on your own shoulders begins to lift, piece by piece. You've carried so much for so long, but now you're being shown a new way. True freedom doesn't begin when everything is perfect. It begins when you forgive yourself, when you choose to accept all that you are with honesty and love. Earthshine signals something deeper than just a beautiful celestial event. It's a turning point. It marks the transition into a higher level of consciousness, a shift in the way you relate to yourself and the universe. The lines that once defined your limits start to blur. Old boundaries no longer confine you. With this light guiding you, your perspective begins to change. You start to hear the rhythm of your own life again. You remember your essence. Your true self, clearer, brighter, stronger, emerges from within. If you've been feeling lost, stuck, or unsure lately, the energy of Earthshine offers exactly the kind of support your soul has been asking for. It doesn't just soothe your thoughts and emotions, it illuminates them, helping you see what needs to be released and what's ready to bloom. It gently urges you to stop clinging to what has already served its purpose. It whispers that it's time to open to the new. You're standing on the edge of a new chapter, and this light is holding your hand as you step forward. New possibilities are making their way to you. The patterns that have kept you small are dissolving. You're beginning to feel the pull of something greater. New relationships, new ideas, new ways of being that align with who you truly are. Earthshine expands your awareness, helping you fall into sync with the natural flow of life. It calms your mind and gently encourages you to see the light you already carry inside you. This isn't just a shift in your emotions or thoughts. It's a rise in your entire frequency, a spiritual elevation. You're not just thinking differently, you're feeling differently, being differently. And that change starts by listening, not to the outside world, but to your own inner voice, your inner wisdom. Earthshine is speaking to you through your desires, your longings, your quietest truths. When you hear that voice and choose to follow it, something permanent begins to transform in your life. You're no longer repeating the same cycles. You're no longer at war with yourself. You're finally embracing your wholeness. And this energy, it doesn't ask you to be anyone other than who you are. It doesn't scold you for your mistakes or judge you for your past. It simply says, allow. Allow yourself to be held, to be seen, to be forgiven. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself begin again. Because this light, this earthshine, burns in the very center of your soul, and it wants you to shine. Throughout history, rare celestial events like earthshine have carried meaning far beyond what the eyes can see. Ancient peoples looked to the sky not just with wonder, but with reverence. To them, these cosmic meetings weren't random. They were messages. In the temples of Egypt, in the pyramids of the Mayan jungles, in the valleys of Mesopotamia and the monasteries of Tibet, people understood that the heavens speak in symbols. They believed that when the sky aligned in sacred ways, it wasn't just astronomy, it was divine timing, a signal from something greater than ourselves. Earthshine is one of those signals. It isn't loud, it isn't flashy, but it's powerful. It speaks not to the outer world, but to the mirror within us. It's a silent call that rises from the center of your being and invites you to look deeper, to remember more. In a world that's often too loud, too fast, and too focused on the surface, this quiet celestial event reminds us to slow down and look inward. It reminds us that spiritual awakening doesn't come from the outside. It begins with a small realization, a flicker of awareness that something more is possible. Right now, as this alignment takes place, a portal is opening. Not one you walk through with your feet, but one you enter with your soul. It's an invitation to rise into fifth-dimensional awareness, where your consciousness expands beyond time and space as you've known them. In this place, emotions aren't just fleeting reactions. They become messengers. Your mind shifts from dissecting to perceiving. Your heart isn't just a beating organ. It becomes the center of feeling and knowing. You're not just surviving anymore. You're truly existing. This is the level of awareness Earthshine calls you into. You are stepping through a symbolic doorway, one crafted by the universe itself. It's time to let go of the old versions of yourself that were born out of fear, survival, or past pain. It's time to reconnect with the core of who you are, the part of you that existed before the world told you who to be. You're being asked to create a new life, not just with your hands, but with your vibration, your frequency, your inner truth. The energy surrounding this celestial event does not look backward. It doesn't dwell on regrets or mistakes. It shines forward. It directs your attention to the light of the future, your future, and ignites the spark that already lives inside of you. That spark is your inner light, your divine essence, and now it's being called into action. This isn't just a moment in the sky. It's part of something far greater. Earthshine is a sacred symbol of the awakening that is unfolding on a collective and individual level. It's part of the universal plan that guides humanity toward greater consciousness, deeper compassion, and profound transformation. It's not random, it's not meaningless, it's intentional. So now the question gently arises, will you notice this call? Or will you look up at the sky and see only a pretty light? Your spiritual journey won't always begin with dramatic shifts or major decisions. Sometimes it starts with a breath, a pause, a moment when your heart softens just enough to listen. The sky is offering you more than beauty tonight. It's offering you remembrance, a reflection, a chance to step into a higher truth. And if you let it, that truth will change everything. Sometimes, all it takes is a quiet moment of looking up at the sky to feel something shift inside. These early morning hours carry a special kind of magic, a gentle yet powerful reminder that we are moving into a new chapter, not only in the physical world, but also deep within our spirit. There's a quiet call in the air now, a soft glow known as earthshine, inviting you to pay attention. The sky is beginning to open, and maybe this time, you're finally ready to see it for what it truly is. Imagine what it feels like to move with this energy rather than resist it. Earthshine isn't just a beautiful phenomenon. It's a message from your soul, encouraging you to step inward. It gently asks you to release old fears that no longer serve you. It offers you the grace of self-compassion and the courage to align with the new rhythm life is offering. This isn't just another spiritual prompt. It's the beginning of something deeper, a transformation that uplifts your spirit and brings you closer to your authentic self. Something shifts the moment you truly acknowledge this earthshine. Life begins to change in ways that feel subtle yet significant. This light has a quiet power. It begins to melt away the hidden chains that live deep in your subconscious. Long-held beliefs, inner resistance, outdated patterns, and the stories you've told yourself about who you are. One by one, they start to dissolve under the gentle influence of this light. Earthshine is not just a reflection from above. It's a deep call rising from within. It reaches into the depths of your soul and whispers of liberation. It asks you to trust, to surrender, and to open yourself to the flow of life. Real transformation always begins when we choose to accept where we are and allow ourselves to move forward with presence. So breathe in deeply. Let this energy find you. Let it guide you gently. Earthshine doesn't rush. It simply lights the path before you, one step at a time. With each breath, a new sense of hope takes root in your heart. And in that space, your old patterns begin to fade, leaving room for a new awareness to bloom. Tonight, Earthshine is not shining alone. It shines with you. It opens a door to something new, something sacred. A new era in your life is just beginning. And as this rare celestial alignment unfolds above us, some might ask, how can we align ourselves with it? Not just as observers, but as participants in its energy. How do we let it move through us in a meaningful way? The truth is, there are a few guiding principles we can follow, not born of chance, but gathered from the wisdom of some of the most respected astrologers, energy workers, and spiritual guides, those who deeply understand the language of the stars and the soul. It all begins in stillness, not just physical silence, but an inner quieting. The energy of this alignment vibrates on a high but subtle frequency, which means your usual mental noise won't help you feel it. So the first invitation is to slow down. Let the chatter of the mind dissolve, even if just for a few moments. Sit quietly. 10 minutes of stillness can open the space you need to start harmonizing with this energy. Let the outside sounds come and go, but don't cling to any of them. Simply return to your breath. This is how you create space within for Earthshine to truly resonate with you. Once you've touched that inner stillness, it's time to connect with your heart. Ask yourself what you truly want. Not the surface level wants, but the deeper truths, the ones your soul has been whispering to you. This particular alignment carries the influence of powerful cosmic archetypes, like the Moon, Venus, and Saturn, all coming together. That means any intention you set now has the potential to echo far into your life. But the universe listens with the heart, not the intellect. It responds not to shallow wishes, but to heartfelt truths. So take a moment to reflect. What is it that you're really ready to transform? What heavy emotion are you prepared to let go of? What beautiful truth are you ready to make space for in your life? These honest questions are the doorway to real alignment. And while your eyes might be turned toward the heavens, don't forget to stay grounded. One of the most common missteps in spiritual practice is focusing so much on the sky that we lose touch with the earth. But earthshine is a reminder. It is light reflected from our own planet. That means this alignment is not only celestial, it's also rooted in the ground beneath your feet. True connection comes when you stay grounded while reaching toward the stars. So step barefoot onto the earth, even if just for a moment. Feel the grass, the soil, the sand. If that's not possible, lie down at home and close your eyes. Tune into your body. The energy of the universe flows through your body before it ever touches your spirit. This is your gateway, your own presence. And while many may turn to rituals with candles, crystals, and sacred objects, which certainly have their place, it's important to remember that the most powerful ritual is presence. As one wise astrologer has said, rituals are like decorations without the awareness to anchor them. So instead of overcomplicating things, try just being. Be fully present with what you're feeling, thinking, sensing. Each day, pause and gently ask yourself, what did my emotions try to tell me today? Often our feelings are reflections of the inner work the light of earthshine is helping to illuminate. So finally, just observe. Look at the sky with a quiet heart. Let it speak to you in its own way. You don't need to decode every symbol or understand every movement of the planets. Just witness it. Be with it. Let its beauty move you and remind you that you're part of something vast and meaningful. That alone can shift everything. Earthshine isn't here to impress us with its beauty. It's here to awaken something already glowing within us. Tonight, as this light finds its way across the sky, may it also find its way into the sacred corners of your heart. Let it soften what's been hardened, illuminate what's been hidden, and call forward the truest version of you. You're not just watching a rare celestial event. You're being invited to participate in it. Let it transform you. When this energy becomes active, it might at first seem like just another quiet hour in the early morning, like any other crescent moon phase we've seen countless times before. But if you pause, if you truly allow yourself to feel rather than simply observe, something deeply powerful begins to stir. It's subtle, like the whisper of a breeze across your skin, but unmistakable when you become attuned to it. It's a presence that invites you inward, into the sanctuary of your own inner awareness. These celestial alignments above us, those mysterious movements of light, darkness, and gravity, aren't just astronomical markers to be studied or admired through a telescope. They are mirrors. They are messages. They are reminders of the deep, intimate connection between the outer universe and the universe within you. The sky is not just something we look at, it's something we listen to. And when you begin to open your heart to its language, you realize that every phase of the moon, every faint glimmer of starlight, and every softly glowing horizon is part of a much greater conversation. So take a moment, right now if you can, to close your eyes and shift your awareness inward. Breathe deeply, slowly. Let yourself settle into that space where thought quiets down and presence rises. Now open your eyes again, but not just the ones in your head, the ones in your soul. Begin to truly see, because what's coming is not just a visual phenomenon, it's a sacred invitation. When you catch a glimpse of earthshine, the faint, silvery glow that lights up the shadowed part of the moon beside a crescent, it's like seeing your own inner light being gently reflected back to you. It may look like a quiet celestial event, but it holds the power to stir something ancient and wise within you. Earthshine is not loud or dramatic. It doesn't demand your attention. It softly waits for you to notice. And when you do, you realize that the experience is far more than just watching light in the sky. It becomes a reminder. Even in the moments when we feel dimmed, shadowed, or hidden from view, there is still a radiant energy reflecting our essence back to us. Just as the earth casts its light onto the moon's darkness, there is always some form of love, hope, or awareness that quietly touches even the parts of us we think are lost or forgotten. This is what makes Earthshine more than just astronomy. It is soul work. It is sacred recognition. Try setting a gentle intention as you stand beneath the early morning sky. Something simple, something true. Perhaps say softly to yourself, "I intend to notice the light within my darkness," or "I open myself to the quiet beauty I often overlook." These small affirmations may not seem like much, but they are anchors of presence. They ground your awareness and align your energy with the sacredness of the moment. What could have been just another glance at the moon now becomes a ritual, an act of connection between you and the cosmos. If you've ever longed to not just feel the energy of the sky, but to actually see it with your own eyes, this is your moment. This is not just another lunar cycle, and Earthshine is not a common sight. It is rare. It is poetic. It arrives only under the right conditions, at just the right angle, in just the right darkness. And when it does, it's like the universe is offering a quiet blessing, a glow of hope, soft and pure, shining through the night. It reminds us that even when the world seems quiet and still, even when we're unsure or lost, something luminous remains. Earthshine is the universe's gentle way of saying, there is light even here, even now. And yes, you can see it with your naked eye. Let's talk about how to find this light for yourself. If you live in the United States, the morning of May 22nd, 2025, brings a truly beautiful opportunity. On this day, the moon will be in its delicate crescent phase, and Earthshine will be at its most visible. This is when the sunlight reflected off Earth bounces back onto the dark side of the moon, creating that soft, ethereal glow that feels almost like magic. To witness it, you don't need any special telescope or advanced gear. What you need most is time, quiet, and a willingness to be still. The best time to catch this event is about 30 to 60 minutes before sunrise. That window before dawn, when the world is still wrapped in twilight, is when the glow becomes visible. Depending on where you are in the country, the exact time may vary slightly, but in general, aim to be outside between 4:30 and 5:30 a.m. If you're on the East Coast, step out around 4:45 a.m. If you're watching from the West Coast, aim for closer to 5 a.m. Look toward the eastern horizon, where the moon will hang low in the sky. You'll see a sliver of crescent light, delicately curved, almost like a smile in the heavens. But don't just focus on the bright edge of the moon. Instead, direct your gaze toward the shadowed part, the dark side, as it's often called. That's where the beauty of earthshine comes alive. You may notice at first a faint haze, barely visible, but keep watching. Let your eyes adjust to the subtlety. Soon, the full round outline of the moon will emerge, softly illuminated not by the sun, but by the light of Earth itself. It's our planet's reflection, our oceans, clouds, and continents catching sunlight and sending it across space to kiss the moon's darkened surface. It's a quiet miracle, a gentle, living metaphor. If you want to enhance the experience, binoculars can bring out more detail. A camera with manual settings, low ISO, long exposure, and a steady tripod can help you capture this fleeting moment. But truly, no equipment is necessary. Your eyes are enough. Your presence is enough. And maybe that's part of the message here. In a world that often tells us we need more tools, more knowledge, more preparation, this celestial event reminds us that sometimes the most profound experiences come from simply being present. All the wisdom, insight, and beauty we seek is already within us, waiting to be seen, just like earthshine waiting to be noticed in the darkness. On the morning of May 22nd, when you lift your gaze to the pre-dawn sky, remember that you're not just observing a natural occurrence. You are entering a sacred moment. The stillness of early morning holds a quiet kind of power. The air is cool, the world is hushed, and the veil between the ordinary and the divine feels thinner than usual. This is a chance to connect not only with the sky, but with yourself. To reflect, to breathe, to remember what it feels like to stand in wonder. As you look upward, there may come a moment when it feels like the sky is looking back at you. Not with eyes, but with presence, with knowing, with quiet love. And in that moment, something inside you may soften. You may feel seen. You may feel held. No words will be needed, because some truths are not spoken. They are felt. They are understood in the stillness, in the quiet light that touches shadow, in the recognition that beauty exists even where we least expect it. Earthshine reminds us that not all darkness is empty. Sometimes it is simply waiting for the right kind of light. The kind that doesn't overpower, but gently reveals. The kind that doesn't shout, but whispers. The kind that doesn't demand attention, but offers a quiet invitation. And maybe, just maybe, in witnessing this glow, something within you will begin to glow too. It's easy to miss moments like these in the rush of everyday life. We're so often moving fast, distracted, and pulled in 1,000 directions. But this is a moment that invites you to slow down, to notice, to feel, to reconnect. Don't let it pass you by. Because while earthshine will return again someday, this exact alignment, this exact stillness, this exact version of you standing under this exact sky, these things are once in a lifetime. This is a moment you can choose to remember forever, not just for what you saw, but for what you felt, for what awakened in you. So if you find yourself drawn to the early sky that morning, follow that instinct. Step outside in the quiet dark and look up with wonder. And if you're lucky enough to witness earthshine, let it be more than a glow in the distance. Let it be a reminder of everything you carry within you. Let it remind you that light is never truly gone. It is only waiting to be seen. And you are the seer, the witness, the soul with eyes open wide enough to notice the sacred in the subtle, the divine in the dim, the extraordinary in the quiet curve of a crescent moon. Earthshine is waiting, and so is something within you.